Micro-fulfillment versus store fulfillment. What's the difference? And which one is the right one for your business? So the next big matchup in retail is here. Micro-fulfillment versus store fulfillment. So what's the difference between those two types of fulfillment strategies? And how do you determine which is the right one for your business and your stores? I'm Bill Denby, and at Tecsys we've been working in the retail supply chain for more than 35 years. And one thing we've been hearing a lot lately is confusion around the micro-fulfillment and store fulfillment area. And I think it's a good time to take a moment to explain both strategies and why one of them may work better for certain situations and another one may work better in other situations. So let's start with the definition of micro-fulfillment versus store fulfillment. Micro-fulfillment is a process, and it's sometimes referred to as store as a warehouse. And in this model, store associates act as pickers or material handlers, and they're directed to shelf locations, both in the stockroom or in the showroom, by a mobile device, such as a handheld terminal that's equipped with a scanner. And this is all designed for efficient and cost-effective fulfillment and a real-time inventory management strategy. And this advanced level of control and efficiency is ideal for big department stores, big box stores, and those kind of Costco style warehouse stores, perhaps retailers that want to use their larger stores as e-com fulfillment centers in order to eliminate or significantly reduce their dependence on warehouse operations to fulfill the orders closer to their customers. Now, store fulfillment is a process performed by the same store associates, and the items are retrieved as needed from shelf stores or the stockroom. And notice I say retrieved, it's not directed. So the associates are not directed to the item location, just they're basically told to go get the list of items. And the item inventory is consumed by the OMS, the order management system, not by an inventory management system. And that is more generally ideal for retailers with a smaller footprint store, or retailers that need to implement click and collect quite quickly. So let's talk about the pros and cons of micro-fulfillment versus store fulfillment. I think it's the choice between these seemingly similar strategies is a balancing act between adding complexity versus reducing errors, between the cost of failure and a level of efficiency. And a micro-fulfillment strategy offers greater control. Micro-fulfillment systems not only keep track of the inventory in the store and in the storeroom, but the system tells the associates exactly where to go, which item to pick, and it tracks them all the way through. But of course, in order to do this, the system needs to be told where the item is located in the first place, unlike a store fulfillment. So there's an added step of scanning the goods when they're put down, and when they're put away. So afterwards, the micro-fulfillment system manages the consumption of goods, but an additional benefit of a micro-fulfillment system is that these things can be very smart about using your store associates' time, adding efficiency. You might have associates pick many orders at the same time using micro-fulfillment. Another option is splitting waves of orders between multiple associates and having certain types of items picked by one associate and the rest by another associate, and then having them married back together in the picking process. So micro-fulfillment systems do all that for you. A store fulfillment strategy offers less controls. A business is mainly relying on the store associates doing a good job, picking the right items. With store fulfillment, the associate is simply given a list and directed to go get A, B, C items, but there's no additional instructions as to where to go to get the items or even specifics on which items to get. There's no process or workflow in a step-by-step way in the form that there is in micro-fulfillment for the associate to follow. In effect, it gives the associate a shopping list and expects him to go get it, find it based upon their knowledge of the store layout, get the right stuff, and package it in the right way. So which strategy should you use? Well, in our experience at Tecsys, store fulfillment works just fine when your operations are relatively simple. Volumes are low, items in your store are easy to identify. As your store fulfillment operation becomes more complex, your volumes increase, you're more likely to need a micro-fulfillment system. It all comes back down to those two key factors: complexity, right, the complexity of the order fulfillment process, and the cost of failure. Situations that you might want to consider micro-fulfillment over store fulfillment are if you need to pick many orders at the same time to reduce your in-store, disruption. If you have items that expire and need to be selected on a first in, first out basis. If you have items that mostly look alike and are hard to identify, such as shoes or makeup. Or if you run a high service operation where mistakes in order fulfillment are simply unacceptable. Like most things in business, micro-fulfillment versus store fulfillment is a balancing act. Your perfect approach most likely will be a combination of the two rather than all or the one or the other situation. It's a study you need to make based upon your business and your customers. Either way, at Tecsys, we can help you if you have questions or you'd like to understand more. And do take a look at the resources section of our Tecsys.com website for stories of customers who've taken this journey already and see how they did and what they decided to do. I'm Bill Denby. Thanks again for watching this Tecsys Retail Supply Chain vlog.